Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me for this short workout today using the stability or the fitness ball, Swiss ball, whatever you want to call it. Lots of us have these lying around home, and I think they've kind of become the office chair, especially since many of us are working from home, but we're going to be using it for about a 15-minute workout today. So we're going to begin by sitting on it, and go ahead and let your feet come all the way flat to the floor. Hands can be on your knees or thighs. And we're going to start with some circles. So we'll do about 3 circles each way. And this is just to loosen up the hips and the low back. Going around in that circle a couple more times. And then you can stay facing the camera if you wish, but I'm going to turn sideways because we're going to be switching our position slightly. So, sitting up nice and tall, then we're going to curl the pelvis under into a C curve. Walk the feet forward enough so that the ball comes to about your low and mid back and your upper back is free. Now, hands behind the head, and then we're going to extend back over the ball. And this just feels so nice, so feel free to hang out here for a few moments. And then feel the ball underneath of your back. You're going to inhale, and as you exhale, push into the ball and curl your head and upper back forward. Don't close your elbows, just keep your elbows in your peripheral vision. And then we repeat. We inhale back. And then exhale, feel like you're pushing into the ball to curl forward into your chest lift. And we'll continue for about 6 more, for about 8 total. We go back and forward. Now try to keep your back ribs in contact with the ball when you extend. Don't let them pop up to the ceiling. So you can even feel your abs working as your head and shoulders come back. We have 4 more. Going back, so keep those upper abdominals engaged to keep your ribs in contact with the ball. We exhale, lift. Abdominals in the whole time, and exhale to lift. Whew, this one can get you a little shaky because we have a much bigger range of motion. We go back and curling forward. Final one, back. Curling forward, let's lift up here, hold. Stretch your arms forward like you're reaching to the wall, and you're going to just pulse, little tiny pulses. Good. So it's almost like those little pulses you're trying to pull those front ribs down towards your hips more. We go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now bring just your left hand behind your head, and you're going to rotate to your left, reaching that right arm across to your corner, and then center, and then twist across, almost like you're trying to reach that right shoulder all the way over to the corner, the left corner. We come center, and we go across. Feel those left obliques. 2 more. We come center, and we go across and center and across, hold, and then give me those little pulses again. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, come back to center, switch hands. Now we're going to be twisting across to the right corner, and we recover center and then to the right. Feel that right in the right waist and across. Twice more, center and across, center and across, and then just about 8 little pulses here. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Return center, reach both arms forward. Now this is going to feel delicious. You're going to come all the way into your spinal extension, reaching your arms back. Just let your head and arms be heavy for a moment. Feel your abdominals lengthen, pubic bone to sternum. And then you're going to just circle your arms around, step your feet back in towards the ball, sitting up nice and tall to transition. And we're going to lie down, bringing our heels onto the ball. It's a little tricky with this big prop, but just get yourself on your back. And then you're going to walk the ball in enough so you can get your heels up on it, and your knees are going to start over your hips. Arms down on the floor. Now you can widen your feet a little bit for more stability. Closer in, less stability, a little bit harder it is. But just start about hip distance apart. Now we're not gonna roll up and down, we're gonna push the hips directly up into the air. And you're like, whoa, you can feel your hamstrings right away. Now you're gonna tap the back of your pelvis down, push your heels into the ball and lift up. Now try not to move that ball. We go down, not quite yet, and up. And we go down and up, 4 more. We lower and lift. Using your arms to help you to stabilize as well. Lift, 2 more, down and up, down and up, hold. Now we're not gonna move the hips up and down. We're gonna roll the ball away a couple of inches and then back in towards the body. Roll the ball away and then back in. Away, feel those hamstrings, glutes working hard, and away and in. Give me 4 more. Away and back in, and 3, and back in, 2. Oh, I just felt my hips drop. Try to keep those hips up if you can. Last one, reach away, pull that ball in, and then little teeny tiny pulses up. Just 8 of these. And good news, we're halfway there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way down. Maybe just take a quick little hamstring stretch and like really, really brief, 1 leg at a time. Because now we're gonna bring that ball in as close to the back of the legs as possible. And you're gonna walk your feet and your knees together. And then you're gonna feel like you wanna pick it up off of the floor, but you're not. So you still wanna keep your back of your legs engaged. We're gonna come into a spinal twist. So we're gonna bring the legs over to the right, left shoulder blade stays down, and the ball rolls with you, and then you recover back to center, working those obliques again. Let's go the other way. Inhale to your left, opposite shoulder stays flat on the floor, and exhale, center. Keep digging those heels into the ball, going side to side. And we go over. Now to really get more out of this exercise, keep those heels pushing into the ball. And depending on how much air or the size of your ball, I have a 65 centimeter one, I think. You could even come back to center and like pick it up just a little bit. Sometimes it doesn't work with your clothing. Your pants prevent you from picking it up. So if you wish, a little pick up there at center. We twist. Okay, let's do 1 more twist each way. Coming over to the right and center, maybe lift, and then over to the left. And we come back to center and then lower the ball all the way down. Now, pick up the ball between your feet so that you can transition it to your hands. Bring your legs back in that same table position, but open your legs up a little bit. And then you're gonna place the ball against your left knee and your right hand. So the other hand and knee are free. Now the free hand and knee are gonna start by reaching to the ceiling, try to press into the floor through your low back. And then that free arm and leg are gonna start to reach away from center, hold. Now can you push your right hand and left knee more into the ball, like you wanna squish the ball? And then lift that arm and leg back up. We have 4 more with this arm and leg situation, and back up. Now don't worry so much or don't focus so much on the moving arm and leg, but let's keep the push into the ball with the right arm and left knee. Okay, we got 1 more. Reach away, hold once again, push into the ball more, try to pull your knee more into it. Come up and let's change. So now make that connection, left hand, right knee, pushing into the ball, free up the other hand and knee, and we send the arm and leg away and back up, trying to get that low back towards the floor. You don't have to push it flat, but just think about abdominals, pressing the low back down. And we reach and we pull back in, twice more. Reach, keep pushing your hand into the ball, knee into the ball. Now final one, hold this one, low back down, push, 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 try to squish that ball for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we come all the way up. All right, rock yourself up, getting into our side body now. So bring your ball over to your left side, and then you want to push down into the ball, and you're going to roll it away further to your left and sweep that right arm over and recover, come up. Twice more, so there's just a nice little stretch here, over and up, over and up. Now we're going to hold this one over, and then try not to push on the ball too much, almost lighten your hand. Take your right leg out to the right, and then lift the leg lower. 8 of these, down, up and down. 3 and 4. Again, light touch on the ball. 5, 6, 7, 8. Lift, hold, and then little tiny circles. Maybe even try to barely touch the ball. 4, 3, 2, 1. Go the other way. 7, 6. Press your hips forward. 3, 2, 1. And then we come all the way down. Switch to the other side. Pressing down, we'll do 3 side bends first. Roll the ball across to the right and recover center. And we come over to the right and center. One more full one. So over to the right and center. Now we come over to the right, lighten up your hand on the ball, take your left leg out, and we go up and down, up, down, up, down, up, down. 4 more. Again, keep those hips forward. Don't let them go back into a squat. And then we lift up, hold, and we circle. 2, 3. It's a balance challenge here. 4, 3, 2, 1. We go the other way. 8, 7, 6, 5. Feel the stability in that standing leg. 2, 1, and come all the way down. Turn to face your ball now. And I'm going to open my knees just a little bit and my toes together, but you could keep your legs hip distance parallel. And then pull the ball in towards your hips and your pubic bone. And then bridge your hips forward into the ball. And then, this feels so good, round forward and hug your ball. Now keep the same shape of your arms, but just lift your arms and your hands away. And then push your hips even more into the ball. Lift up your head, chest, and reach those arms back behind you. Now, we're going to inhale, come forward, make that hugging action, but don't actually touch the ball. And then we lift up and hug the shoulder blades towards one another. Lift your chest. We have 6 more of these. Roll forward over the ball, and then just your hips stay on the ball as you lift and open your chest. And we come forward, some flexion, and we lift the chest for extension. Isn't this a nice little flow? It's kind of like a cat-cow. Lifting up. And we come forward. Keep those glutes engaged for me. And up. Last 2. Coming forward. And lifting up. Coming forward. Lift up here. Hold. And then little pulses of your arms back. Just 4, 3, 2, 1, and then come all the way forward. Give that ball a hug, and then carefully press yourself back up. And then the last exercise is a planking exercise. So this is the best way that I can instruct you to get onto the ball. There's a couple of different ways, but why don't you stand in front of the ball, put one hand down, and then ankle of one foot onto the ball. And then you kind of already have to feel the stability of your plank here through your upper body. So you can take the other foot back on top. Now, let's bring the ball. You can wiggle it. So it's roughly underneath of your low shins and your ankles. Now, lift the abdominals and push those hands down. You want to just favor a little bit of flexion there through the low back. Let's start by knee bending. Your hips don't go up too high, but they have to lift a little bit. And then roll the ball back. Let's do this one 3 more times. Resist the urge to come forward anymore over those wrists. Breathing. This is a lot harder than it looks. And now we're going to take it into a pike. So keep the legs straight and intentionally lift your hips higher. And then put your brakes on when you feel your plank. And we lift up and we straighten. Give me 2 more. Up and straighten and up and straighten, a little combo. Bend, stretch back, and hips up and back, and bend, and back, and hips up. 2 more of each. In with the knees, out with the knees, up with the hips, down with hips. Final one, you got it. Knees in, roll away, hips up, and away. Hold your plank. Give me 1 breath. And then carefully step 1 knee and the other knee down. Whew. And you're just gonna sit for 1 moment. And you can either sit on top of the ball or you can just roll it away, kind of like a child's pose with your hands on top. Feel your heart rate. Those breaths just help it to come down a little bit. And then we come all the way up. And that's it for our short ball workout. Hope you enjoyed.